You know what I hear all the time? A narcissist will never seek therapy. So for those of you that don't know this, that's not true. Some do and some don't. So let's talk about why they go and what happens when they go. A narcissist might go because they're genuinely interested in getting better. I know what you're going to say. That is incredibly rare. Here's 2 more likely reasons. You told them to, and they're just checking it off their list. They're not really open and therefore won't get anything out of it. They may attend couples counseling. Generally speaking, that's to prove that you're the problem, not them. They genuinely believe that the therapist is going to agree with them. So generally speaking, what's the outcome? The narcissist may do their solo therapy and then weaponize it against you. You told me to go to therapy and I went. What is your problem? Why is nothing I ever do good enough for you? Or this one. My therapist said that you're the problem. Couples counseling with a narcissist is not recommended. A good therapist will always recommend individual therapy in conjunction with couples counseling. Here's the 4 most common outcomes of couples counseling with a narcissist. Number 1, the therapist sides with you and the narcissist is pissed. They feel attacked, they walk out, you're left not sure what to do. Number 2, the therapist seems to side with the narcissist and you're left feeling invalidated. You were already confused, now you're more confused. Number 3, the therapist has no clue. People seem to think that therapists and psychologists should be experts in cluster B personality disorders. They're not. The key there would be to find someone who does have the knowledge and experience. But if you yourself don't even know that you're in an abusive relationship, how would you know to source that out to begin with? And lastly, the therapist does see what's really going on, but they can't take sides. So no one really gets anything out of the therapy, except the narcissist who's still got to check that box and then throw back at you that they've been trying. If your abusive partner suggests couples counseling, but also suggests that you find the therapist and you make the appointment, that's a telltale sign that they're not very invested. Just in general, people who aren't invested in their own therapy, they're not going to get anything out of it. Narcissists don't go to therapy with goals in mind. They go with agendas. They are masters at creating great first impressions. Just due to the way that therapists are trained, most narcissists will get away with playing the victim. This all said, of course, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, but I'm an advocate for victims and survivors going to solo therapy. You can't force someone to change. If you find that you're in one of the rare situations where the narcissist in your life is going to therapy regularly, remember that it allows them the perfect opportunity to justify their actions. God, I'm in therapy. You never let me try to do better. Now let's quickly address physical abuse as a separate piece. If you confess your abuse to your therapist in front of your abuser, things might get much more difficult for you at home. My own couples therapist stopped seeing us due to the fact that she believed the abuse was escalating due to therapy. That was a real wake-up call. Just keep all of these factors in mind when making the decision for yourself.